Hi, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for you, talking about the 2013 film, The Borderlands. I only recently heard about this movie and went looking for it, and actually there was a nice second sight Blu-ray edition that's all region that I could import cheaply and watch, so I was kind of excited about it. The Borderlands is a found footage movie from 2013. It didn't have much of a budget. It debuted in August of that year at Fright Fest. It's under 90 minutes, and it's actually worth watching. I'm not the biggest fan of the found footage movies. I mean, we started with Blair Witch, and there's been thousands of them since, good and bad, most of them bad. This one is better than most, I will say, because, well, we start with two characters. They are experts from the Vatican. One is a technology guy. One is a skeptical religious guy. And they're waiting on a third, Father Mark, to show up. So they go to this small church in England where supposedly a miracle has taken place. And they're going to investigate it. Well, immediately the technology expert starts putting up cameras in every corner of the house, the cottage they're staying in. They wear cameras to document everything they do. This is something that was required by the Vatican. So in case any activity was picked up, they wouldn't have to worry about, oh, is the camera ready? They're wearing cameras on their heads, and there's a camera literally in every corner of every room, not only of the cottage they're staying in, but eventually the church that they're investigating. And I don't want to call this a slow burn because there's plenty of stuff to keep you interested in this movie, but you really don't get the gist of it till the last few minutes. I will not get into spoilers. This is a 13th century church that was built on the ancient grounds of something else and then something else. It's got a great history they get into later in the film. There is a religious expert who shows up and really schools them with a lot of information. But like I said, the movie is your better than normal found footage movie because of the main two actors. The guy that plays Deacon and the guy that plays Gray, they have this relationship going on. At first, it's kind of adversarial, and then it becomes more friendly as they're kind of back to back against whatever's happening. And then when Mark gets there, it kind of changes the dynamic again. It's interesting the conversations they have and when they start doing research on what's going on and this particular church and all that. It's far more interesting and far more involved than most found footage films. And what makes it all worth it is what happens in the last few minutes. You really don't expect where this thing goes. Watching the extras with the producer, one of the producers, I think it was Jennifer Hendorf, this production company who not only helped finance the movie, but got it distributed, no longer exists by the time the movie came out. Such is the nature of low-budget independent filmmaking. But this was better than your average independent film. Elliot Goldner wrote and directed it, and this is pretty much the only thing he's done. The actors in the movie have done other things, but nothing major, and they all act pretty well. There is a Father Krellick who is over the church when they get there, and at first he's a little unsure about them. Then he kind of likes them. Then he kind of doesn't. Things get a little more hostile as things go. And where this eventually ends up, I couldn't have guessed. It really does have one of those, wow, that's almost kind of a David Cronenberg kind of ending there. And again, won't give anything away, but if you can find this and stream it, it's probably on some services. If I wouldn't recommend importing it unless you really want to. Now, this edition that I got from Second Sight in a box of other things that I wanted, and those will be coming up in further reviews, like Crimes of the Future. That was a Cronenberg movie. Woo. Borderlands comes in a hard box. It comes with a book, some postcards, and the Blu-ray in a nice black case. Well, almost translucent black case. Nice package. The book has several essays in it going deeper into what is really going on, what the basis of which the movie's based on. I can't get into details because to say anything we just kind of like blow everything. So you follow along with the movie for a while, and it plays out kind of like you think, bump in the night and all that kind of stuff. Things fall over and vibrations and nothing concrete, supernatural until it really does get concrete, supernatural activity, if you will. To say more would give away the movie, but literally, if this sounds like something you're into, I would seek it out. It's better than most. The Borderlands was originally released in the United States as Final Prayer, 2013. Don't remember it at all. But if the idea of a group of Vatican investigators researching an old church rumored to be the site of a miracle with a very dark and disturbing ending sounds like your cup of tea, then seek out the Borderlands. Evil has a new form. Is that what that says? Yeah. I just saw the poster pop up on my screen as I'm talking about it. Don't you love AI? Anyway, The Borderlands, the 2013 film, I can highly recommend. And if you're a fan of these kind of films, then go ahead and import this special edition. If you're going to buy something from Second Sight, get more than one thing. I have just placed my second order with them, and if you buy one thing, it's going to be like $20 shipping because it's from England. But if you buy 3 or 4 things, it's going to be less than $25 shipping. So the cost kind of equals out a little bit better that way. Some of these editions are not available anywhere else. They've got a new special edition of Dog Soldiers. If you know that movie, it was the only version out there that's been approved of the original director and cinematographer. Crimes of the Future had a nice special edition that I got. That'll be one of the next reviews coming up. And a whole lot more. So check out Second Sight Films. They're available online on our website at secondsight.uk.co or something like that. Google it. You can figure it out. I'm Scott. I'm ROCKFILE. I would recommend The Borderlands if you're into found footage horror with really dark, disturbing endings. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to a podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe.